Find your niche.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of the Niche Finder and Christopher Dillard Media,
from our family to yours,
happy holidays and a prosperous new year.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be interviewing this mover and shaker in the upstate area of South Carolina, but who travels all over the world training young people, training people musically, and just using his gifts to bless so many people. I am speaking of Alphaeus Anderson and Alexis Anderson of the upstate here in South Carolina. They have worked with so many greats in gospel music, and they continue to do a great work around the world. I'm so excited to be bringing Alphaeus to you right now in this interview as he shares about his vision and what God has gifted him to do. And again, I'm speaking in the person of Alphaeus Anderson right here on the Niche Finder with Christopher Dillard. Watch this. Christopher Dillard here, and I am so excited. I don't even have to say anything. I don't have to call him a name because you have already seen the face of who we have sitting across from me in this awesome studio of his. I'm so delighted, so honored to be in the presence of greatness, shall I say. He is Mr. No Youth, No Church. Y'all have heard that before so many times. I hope you got a patent on that, by the way. But anyway, I'm so delighted to be sitting across from the author of Youth Magnet. He is also the founder of No Youth, No Church, a platform dedicated to providing cutting-edge strategies, training modules, and courses to coach leaders as they work to attract and empower youth. Now, let me say this right here. He is a graduate of the great Anderson University with a Bachelor in Arts and in Christian Ministries and a minor in music, of course. Alphaeus is an inductee of the Anderson University Distinguished Alumni and is currently a staff member of the University of South Carolina Upstate, where he instructs the gospel choir class. And I'm going to stop right there, and we're going to touch on some more things as we talk to the maestro himself, the doctor, the bishop of youth, shall I say, Mr. Alphaeus Anderson.
Bishop of youth.
The bishop of youth.
Bishop of youth.
I hope I said that good.
Call me overseer.
Overseer, okay. Overseer, elder, okay.
Sunday school teacher.
Man, I'm so delighted.
Yes,
this
sir.
is absolutely an honor. We've been trying to do this for a while, you know, with this man's travel schedule, with everything that goes on with you, man. This is just a delight to be able to finally sit down with you and talk. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
It's
an honor to be here.
Now, Alphaeus, this is not a trick question, but I do want to start with this because you make no apologies for your faith and for your stance on Christian living and just the doctrine of the church. You make no apologies where you stand.
Yes.
When it comes to your faith. I see your posts on Facebook and social media. And there's no gray area with you. You are pretty much holiness or nothing, shall I say. I put it that way. So this is how I want to start. Who inspired you mostly to live this life of faith that you have come to live? Who inspired you to be saved? Who inspired you to just love Jesus the way you do?
Yeah, for sure. Again, it's an honor to be here. I mean, I'm on the Niche Finder.
You on the Niche Finder.
I gotta say it. It is Mama, I made it. and speaking of Mama, and of course my parents.
Yeah.
So instrumental in me loving God.
Yeah.
Of course, my mom. She did not shelter us.
Okay.
But she definitely was about doing the right thing, honoring God, and using our gifts to glorify God.
Sure.
And so I started to connect my God-given gift with a giver. And so how dare I not honor the person that gave me the gift? And so that put me on a path of, I got this gift, this is the person that gave it to me.
Yeah.
Then I need to honor that person. And then eventually I came to know Jesus at a very young age.
Okay.
And in my home church, I remember getting saved, eventually getting baptized.
Yeah.
And going on this journey of this Christian walk.
Okay.
this journey of Christian walk. I'm a kid. I'm gifted.
Yeah.
And I'm creative. I'm ADD. Anointed, dangerous, and disciplined.
Watch it.
And so I'm just trying to navigate life and at a young age, but definitely my parents.
Your parents.
And rightfully so.
Would you say they were Bible thumpers? Would you say they were strict? Would you say, you said they didn't shelter you, but I'm pretty sure there was some guiding, some structure that you still had to live by. Would you say it was hard as a young person to live as your parents' child?
So, I mean, yes, Bible thumpers,
okay,
as you called it, because when you get a name like Alphaeus,
Bartholomew
Anderson.
Oh my goodness!
I don't know if you. That's my middle name.
That's your middle name.
So that's two Bible names.
Wow.
And so, but not really, not really. Just again, we were not sheltered. First of all, I'm a twin.
Yeah, that's right.
And then I have two other brothers that are twins, and then I have three beautiful sisters.
Wow.
And so, I mean, that's a basketball team, technically.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about your sisters. Wow.
And so I'm not by myself.
Yeah.
And in this walk, and so it was easy to be entertained with just in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I'm playing music, my brother's playing the saxophone, my other brother's playing the drums and singing. And obviously it's gospel music because my mom didn't play.
She didn't play.
She didn't really allow secular music in the house.
Okay.
From the standpoint of, purchasing and buying. But for the most part, again, didn't feel like I was sheltered and was exposed.
Yeah.
But was just reared.
Yeah.
To honor God.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, I was definitely given liberty to explore.
Yeah.
But just admonished.
Gotcha. What do you think would have been the career choice for you had it not been music, had it not been what you're doing now? Any other aspirations, any other desires that you had that you say, I still believe I can do this?
Astronaut.
Oh, man. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I
really?
Yeah, the space.
Astrology? Wow.
Space, cosmos, but that ain't gonna happen. It's not God's will.
That ain't God's will. So I love the way you and Alexis, you call Alex for short sometimes. Y'all got your own special page out there on social media. But I love watching you guys, how y'all work as a team. You work as a team. It's not fabricated. It's not surface. Your relationship, y'all seem so genuine and just so real and so humble as the way you walk, the way you live, the way you conduct business, how y'all operate in ministry. People do watch. I don't know if people watch you guys. So how it is that you come to love this great lady as you do, and it seems that your marriage is so seamless and so simple yet so great. How do y'all work on that relationship to make it seem so great?
We kiss a lot. I mean, acronym kiss.
Come on now.
You just said it. We keep it simple.
Oh.
We really do try to keep it simple.
Wow.
I mean, she's simple, but we try to keep it simple together.
Okay.
And definitely we're foodies.
You're foodies.
So she's not a shopper.
Okay.
And but
she's not a shopper?
She's not a shopper.
Wow.
But if she gets some good grilled chicken.
Okay.
Grilled by yours truly.
Oh.
It's a wrap.
Okay.
And so that's how I want her.
Yeah.
I kept feeding her.
You kept feeding. Now how many years for you guys?
18 years, 6 months, and depending on when this is being aired, 18 days, 19 days.
Gotcha. Now
I'm not that smart. We got married on New Year's Eve.
You got married on New Year's Eve?
So, yeah.
Oh my goodness. So listen, Alphaeus, y'all are really like parents to so many kids, so many youth in our area, simply because, well, not simply, but greatly because of what you do and what you have become known as. Annually, You tracked over 350 students during the spring and summer to sing in a choir that has started with one child over 14 years, 14 years old. Your choir grew to 125 students in 30 days. The choir later became to attract teenagers from across the tri-state and has since exploded. You have Stellar Awards nominations and have won Stellar Awards, which I'm seeing over here to my left, and one Dove nomination. Your choir received the Stellar Award win for Best Youth Project of 2012 and 2019. What in the world does it feel like to win a Stellar Award? I just want to know that feeling.
Unexplainable.
Yeah.
But it was even sweeter because the year we decided to bus 40-something students to Nashville, Tennessee, was the year we won.
Wow.
So normally we've been nominated 11 times.
11 times.
So we've won twice.
Okay.
That means we technically did not win 9 times.
Okay.
So think about that.
Wow.
9 times you did not win, and you win 2 times.
2 times.
So sometimes you got to lose.
Come on now.
to win again.
Come on. Boy, look, I felt my hip coming on right there now. I felt that in my spine area.
That's a part of the journey.
Yeah.
That's part of the journey. But this year, 40-something students, and you know many of the students, and when I think it was Byron Cage and Dorinda Clark Cole, who actually announced it. They were the host of this pre-show. Okay. And they called Pure in Heart name. Pure in Heart. And because with 40-something students in one section, they went crazy.
Oh my goodness.
And then some ran on the stage, and I think Byron Cage said, "You can see they came along." and so they got to experience that. They got to answer your question, I want to deflect it to what I saw them experience. Okay. And what I see now with many of them singing background for many gospel artists, writing songs. Yeah.
Some of them solo artists themselves.
Solo artists themselves. Oh. And so that unlocked something in them. And that's what Pure in Heart was for. Wow. Just a platform. Yeah. I live for the rehearsals, the performances, I'm okay. But the rehearsals.
I see you come alive in your rehearsals.
And the training.
Yeah.
And then the somewhat anxiety hits when it's time to actually perform or do the concert. But I live for the rehearsals.
You live for the rehearsals?
Yep.
Wow. And what about the recordings? Some of the recordings that you've done?
Absolutely.
Your CDs.
Our last Stellar Award win was for a project called BU, featuring Melvin Crispell. Yeah. Sunday Best Winner.
Absolutely.
And Change the World. We're excited about what Change the World is doing. And that was birthed out of tragedy. After the Charlottesville incident. Virginia. And even after the Mother Emanuel situation. Yeah, absolutely. Because the song says, when you start with your neighbor, you change the world. Oh, yeah. And imagine 402 students on one stage singing that song. Oh, my goodness. Because that's what happened when we recorded that song.
What is this? Where does it come from, Alphaeus, that your natural gift and ability to work with young people? Everybody's not called to work with young people. Everybody's not called to work with youth. And you can have a room of 300, 350, and you can call that room to order. I mean, it's an amazing thing to watch. I've seen it on video with you. I've seen it in your choir rehearsals when you guys used to rehearse a lot with Pure in Heart. I'm always looking in and seeing what you're doing, by the way. But you have this natural ability to call a room to order, and that's not easy to do with young people. So where did this natural gift to get a young person's attention, to call out their greatness, to let them know something that they didn't even know they had that was in them? It reminds me of when I was in theater with Dwight Woods.
There it is.
I have to bring up Dwight Woods' name.
There it is.
Because Dwight Woods, who one I used to get so mad at, and so angry with. And the only reason I used to get so mad at him is because he seen something in me that I didn't see, and maybe I didn't want to come out because I was such a shy kid, believe it or not. I was so shy, so inward. I was just, and he'd say, Chris Dillon, I'm going to call it out of you. If I have to kill you, it's going to come out. So I said all that to say, you have that ability that Dwight Wood had, where you could just call out what was in a young person. Where did you get that?
Definitely natural. Definitely a gift from God.
Yeah.
Definitely connected to my grace, what I'm graced to do.
Come on.
Also connected to my somewhat what I call my genius. Don't ask me to bake a cake. I eat them all day.
Me too.
But that's not my genius.
Come on now.
It is connected to my grace, my genius.
Wow.
But I have to give respect and honor to this lady named Brenda Nichols. So over the years, I'm a kid leading kids.
Okay.
I've always been a kid leading kids. I remember in high school, Brenda Nichols, she couldn't attend the South Carolina Baptist Congress of Christian Education.
Okay.
Ooh, say that twice.
Say that twice, right.
And she said, baby, I can't go. I can't get there till Wednesday. I'm not sure why. You know, and I was normally playing the piano for her, or if she was teaching me piano, which I was a terrible piano student, by the way.
I don't believe that.
She's terrible. Terrible. She said, you ain't practiced. You're trying to use your ear. I said, yeah, I know.
Oh, my goodness.
She said, you go and fill in for me until I get there.
Wow.
And this is what you can do. This is, we wrote songs for the state congress.
Wow.
So I have 200 kids in front of me.
Okay.
And her saying, you can do it, you go and giving me an opportunity. And I'm going, and then that is unlocked.
Oh my.
I'm a kid leading kids, obviously a teenager, but I have 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds.
Sure.
And some of those techniques and some of those strategies I got from her.
Okay.
Shout out to Lady Brenda Nichols, Minister Brenda Nichols, the godmother of Pure in Heart. Really.
Oh, wow.
I mean, honestly, with the songwriting and even some of the somewhat music business of it.
Sure.
You know, selling the sheet music. I mean, I'm a teenager doing this.
Oh man.
Got it by Brenda Nichols.
Wow.
And even selling cassette tapes.
Wow.
You know, I have 2 songs on there. You got 3 songs on there. We sell it for $5. You get $1.25. I mean, that's unlocking entrepreneurship.
Doing the business. Yeah.
As a team.
Wow.
You know, and I'm going to this convention and I'm teaching songs. And then later on in college, I remember sharing with my roommate at the time, Sean Bigby, that I wanted to start a youth choir. And of course with my wife. And in the bio you read, we put it out there in the community. Richard Dawkins at the time was on the radio.
The great Richard
He
Dawkins.
made the first announcement about Pure in Heart.
Oh,
and it's because of his announcement, doing me a favor, 1 kid showed up with Pure in Heart, and then eventually, 125 kids. So you see that, but that gift from God. But look at this mentorship, this person imparting in me, and now she won't die, and that legacy will live on, and so on and so on and so on.
Is she musically trained?
Yes, classically trained. She's a singer. She's a preacher.
Wow.
Songwriter. In Roebuck, South Carolina.
In Roebuck.
She can make some good hash. Deer hash.
Oh my goodness. I love good hash now, man.
She cuts about 8 bags of onions and put it in there.
Goodness.
It's something serious.
Wow. So listen, Alphaeus, I don't know if I've ever asked you this because I have interviewed you before when I was on radio. And maybe I did. I don't know. Can't remember. Who's your greatest musical influence still even to this day? Whether it's a musician, whether it's a singer, whether it's both, who is still, you feel is still the greatest musical genius, whether gospel, whether outside of gospel, who is the greatest musical influence in your life?
Man, I have a top 20, but I mean, in no particular order.
Yeah.
I respect these guys locally and nationally, internationally. Definitely piano-wise.
Okay.
Cedric Thompson.
Oh, profound.
Kevin
Amazing.
Bond.
Oh,
Kevin
man.
Bonds.
Yeah.
So that camp,
Wow.
obviously, hearing them from Tri-City,
Come on.
influenced me a lot.
Yeah.
And singer-wise, I'm a Marvin Winans fan.
Man, okay.
I really do.
Okay.
I love Marvin.
Really?
Winans.
You love Marvin?
Yeah. One day, if I become a promoter, I don't make a good promoter, but if I become a promoter one day, I would love to bring him in.
Oh man.
Or maybe when I turn 50, or if he would, we can book him for something.
Yeah.
But I love his tone, his approach.
Okay.
And if I was a singer, I would think I would take his approach. Anyway,
You are a singer. You are a singer.
twinkle, 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 little star. But definitely respect those guys, and that's just maybe nobody even knows that I really love Marvin Winans. Of course, CeCe Winans. My wife and I, we literally play CeCe every single day,
Really?
and it feels like it's just arrests the atmosphere.
Oh my goodness.
Just in the background.
Come on.
And so
Man.
definitely respect CeCe.
Love CC.
Yeah. And then of course locally here in the state of South Carolina, Greenville,
Yes,
we have some of the best. So I respect so many. I respect the Sean Bigby's, man.
Absolutely.
The Faith Davis.
Yes.
And
Yes, sir.
and Pure in Heart. It would be no Pure in Heart sound without Josh McDowell.
Josh McDowell, the greatest on keys. I've never seen fingers that do such greatness and so just flawless. And you see, I'm not a musician, but I watch musicians. I love musicians. I love gospel music. And to see this guy just sit down at a keyboard is just absolutely amazing. It's amazing what he brings.
It's a team, and whatever you do,
Yeah.
one man can chase.
Come on now.
And it seems like when two comes into the equation, there's less chasing
Yeah.
and there's more control. Because the Bible says one can chase 1,000, two can put.
Woo.
It seems like there's more control when you hear the word put.
Yeah.
Versus chasing, it seems like it's pulling you.
Come on.
But two, it seems like you're actually in control, or you can get more done. And so there's no way that we can do what we're doing with everything we're doing with our YouTube channel, with our courses, with our Pure in Heart Foundation, with
Talk about it.
everything that we're trying to do to change the world.
Yeah.
Make no mistake, even with our we have what we call a virtual assistant.
Yeah.
Or admin. You cannot do it by yourself.
Can't do it by yourself.
It's prideful to think you can do it, but you cannot. I have taken Jethro's advice.
Jethro.
He told Moses, bro, you can't do all this by yourself. You're trying to settle all these matters. Get some help. Delegate.
Come on now.
And so I did. Thank you for letting me pause to just lift that and honor people. Because there's more that we want to do.
Sure.
And you can't do it alone.
What a great segue into what I wanted to ask you or bring up, which I think you're also so good at and profound at, is your ability to team up. Your ability to not burn bridges. Your ability to say, hey, come on, let's do this together. Let's do this together, because all of the great things that you have done, you never seem to fail to pull another person in and say, come on, let's do this together. We can do this together. In fact, every time I see you, it seems you have a team of people that you can still go back and call on. I still see you go back and get Sean Bigby. I still see you go back and pull Michael Young, all these guys that you grew up with, and y'all still team up to do stuff together. That seems like you're a pretty smart person and know the value of not only friendship, but partnership.
Yes.
Am I right about it?
Yeah, absolutely. I and I know my genius.
Come on
I
now.
mean, I know where I fit in the puzzle.
Yeah.
I'm a giraffe, so my neck is long, and I can see far out.
Okay.
And I have an engineer mindset, and so I know that after evaluating myself,
Yeah. Evaluating yourself.
you know, I realize that's more of my genius.
Yeah.
Just putting the pieces of the puzzle together,
Okay.
and working in my genius, and allow others to work in their genius,
Yeah.
and see this masterpiece
Yeah.
be
Awesome.
lifted.
Awesome.
And I look forward to doing more of that.
Oh, I'm sure you will. So Alphaeus, let's bring this home. Now, we started this podcast as a way of interviewing leaders in our community and finding out what it is people do and how it is they came to do it. And now these are people who they got to be doing something now, and they got to be operating in their gift. Because people are like, "Oh, Chris, come and interview me," and I'm like, "No, that's not what this is." So I interview leaders who are doing the work exceptionally well in their gift. You just talked about your gift, and they're in their lane and they're doing it effectively. And you certainly are one of those that are doing that with what God has called you to do. So this is the question. How can you inspire someone who is out there and they feel like life is over, they don't know their purpose, they have no direction, they don't know how to find their gift, and exactly, they don't even know what that means, and haven't found their niche in life? How is it that you can help them get on the path of finding their special thing that's probably already in them, but they don't know how to go about bringing that out? How can you inspire someone to start life, start living when they haven't been?
I mean, it's so much I could say.
Yeah.
Get mentorship for sure, because it was a person that helped unlock some things in me. If it's not your parents, obviously it could be a pastor.
Yeah.
Pastors for sure.
Absolutely.
Bishop, pastor, overseer, and a teacher.
Yeah.
A counselor.
Yeah.
And obviously pray to God and ask Him to. Ecclesiastes 12 says, "Remember God, your Creator, in the days of your youth."
Yeah.
Why did I say that? Because while you're young and you have the ability to use your gifts, you should. It says, "Remember God, your Creator."
Remember God, your Creator. Yeah.
So He is the chief of creativity.
Come on.
And so He is the chief of He's the purpose giver.
Yeah.
So why we have to pray to Him so He can download what He wants for us. For
Yeah.
sure. I mean, so definitely get counsel. The Bible says it's safety. This is just a church podcast. I feel like I'm teaching Sunday school.
Feel free.
So the Bible says there's safety in the multitude of counsel.
Counsel. Yeah.
And so definitely get counsel. Check your hearing.
Come on now.
Check your hearing. You're not going to hear your purpose if you're always listening to garbage.
Oh yeah.
It's just not. It's not. I'm not exempt. If I garbage in, garbage out.
There it is.
Faith ain't the only thing that comes by hearing.
What?
Faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God.
Yeah.
But that ain't the only thing that comes by hearing.
Come on now.
So
Wow.
you ever been mad?
Yes.
It's been because of something you probably heard.
Ooh.
11 years ago, my twin brother passed away.
Wow.
I got a phone call. Guess what? I was tore out the frame. I was sad because of what? What I heard.
What you heard.
Depression usually comes by somebody rotating something that they heard in their spirit. Faith ain't the only thing that comes by hearing. So I would tell somebody, check your hearing. Guard your hearing.
Yeah.
Watch, the 40-year-old, the 4-year-old. We all have to watch what we hear.
Absolutely.
Because faith ain't the only thing that comes by hearing.
That is so good. You gotta purposely know what's going in. You gotta be purposeful about these ears and and what's going into your spirit, as the old folks say.
Yeah.
Because you say what goes in comes out. So, so good.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what's on the horizon for Alphaeus and Miss Lexi Anderson.
A flight?
Y'all doing so much. I mean, whether it's Dubai, whether it's Mexico, whether it's Alaska next week.
Ooh, that sounds like a prophecy.
Lord.
Never been to any of those places. Prophesy.
I'm calling them out, man, because you guys are always in the air, going somewhere, doing something. But you got some great events coming up that you're headlining, that you're spearheading. Let's talk about what's coming up that you're doing.
So, depending on when this is aired, next week, I'm going to Verkowen. I know I'm messing up. Geneva, Switzerland.
Geneva, Switzerland.
Go to the easiest, and it's a gospel music wellness week.
Okay.
And then after that, depending on when this airs, I would have already been to the Stellars.
Okay.
And it's going to be a great time at the Stellars. And then after that, I'm going to start back up with USC Upstate. Okay. To release the very first release at USC Upstate.
Oh wow!
There was a live recording that happened.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be released.
Wow.
Very, very soon.
Okay.
USC Upstate, shout out.
USC Upstate.
USC Upstate.
My goodness.
Elevate. We made it to the niche finder. and then obviously Spirit Fest here in Greenville, South Carolina, the largest gospel concert in the Southeast. And the promoter, shout out Elijah Ray,
Pastor
Ray and E-Ray Promotions for hosting us for over 30 years. Over 30 years.
Wow.
And then after that, I mean, there's still more travel, and then our No Youth, No Church conference.
Okay, talk about that.
For youth leaders. November the 8th and the 9th.
Okay. Here
in the number 4th place to live in America.
In America. We made it.
Come to Greenville.
Oh my goodness.
November the 8th and 9th at the beautiful Greenville Convention Center. And it's for youth leaders, for pastors, bishops. Everybody's trying to figure out, where are the youth?
Come on now.
And I was just with a bishop here in South Carolina, Bishop Michael Blue.
Yes, sir.
At his conference. And before he introduced my wife and I to speak, he was very transparent about it being a lot of gray hairs in many of his churches, in his fellowship.
Come on.
And if we're not careful, then we're going to wake up and look behind us and nobody's there.
Nobody's there.
And so that gave me the umph to present in a certain manner.
Okay.
Because no youth, no church. And
that's absolutely the truth.
No youth, no church.
That is the truth. Yeah.
Of course, the church is not going anywhere. The
Right.
Church of God.
Right.
But your local assembly is already happening.
Come on now.
Even here in the city.
Yeah.
Black church, white church. In the city, churches are merging.
Yes, they are.
Or being acquired. And some of the reasons, when you dig in, because they stop attracting young families. There's a church here in the city, the pastor, he said that. He was like, well, guys, this church is going to take it over. And we stopped attracting young families. Wow. I mean, these are historical churches. Downtown Greenville, South Carolina, our huge mega church is now apartment complex.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not going to name the name, but if a church is thriving, it's not going to be easy to sell the church or to downsize if we respect no youth, no church. And that's our mission that we've slipped into. My wife and I, we don't have any kids. My personal name won't live on in the natural way.
Right.
Obviously in other ways. So that law is no respect to person.
Yeah.
Girl Scouts won't live on. Your conference won't live on. Your church won't live on if there's no youth. And so, Alphaeus, you seem to always be surrounded by a lot of students, young and old. It's not because I listen to hip hop. It's because of the grace, but it's also because of the strategies that God has revealed to us.
Yes.
That we feel like you deserve.
Yeah.
We feel like churches deserve these strategies.
Yeah.
And we're availing ourselves this season
That is so
to
good.
share those considerations.
That's so good. I'm about to say pastor. That's so good, Alfie, because pastors are sitting scratching their head and they're like, how do we make this turn? How do we turn this corner? Because I am looking in the congregation and I don't see any babies. I don't see any youth. And they're trying to figure out what happened. And you're trying to tell them that, hey, if you're not ministering to them, if you're not thinking of ways to keep them or to bring them back, there will not be any young people in your church, and you're going to look around and there will be no church of tomorrow. So it's profound, man.
Yep.
God has graced you
Yes.
in that gift.
Yes.
Alphaeus, I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you so much for this time in this great studio of yours, this great home of yours. It's absolutely looks like Hollywood around here. But I mean, it's beautiful, man. It's just thank God for you and all that you guys are doing and what you go and learn and what you go and take to the world, you bring back to us here in Greenville and our young people, and we appreciate that so much because you don't have to do it. You could go sit down and retire somewhere and sit down and keep traveling, but you continue to pour into our communities, man, and we appreciate that so much. Any last words that you want to share with the people of the Niche Finder before we leave?
Niche Finder family. God bless you.
We
Definitely, it's an honor to be here. Follow us on our social media platforms.
Yes.
My wife and I, when we travel, you guys can hang out with us on Alf and Lex. Everywhere. Alf, ALPH, and Lex. No Youth, No Church Solutions.com or NoYouthNoChurch.com.
Yeah.
PureInHeartFoundation.org. Google us, pray for us, donate, champion, fast for us, fast with us.
Yeah.
You see, fasting would do.
Yeah.
And most importantly, if you're a pastor, at least lately on our hearts, we really want you guys to consider pouring into the next generation.
That's good. And as I always say at the end of the interview, that's a wrap. Thank you so much. We'll see you.